This video will explain to you the difference between similes and metaphors, and hopefully by the end of this video you should be able to identify the difference between the two. Let's start with similes. So a simile, as defined by Oxford English Dictionary, is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind. Now this is used to make a description more emphatic and more vivid. So it's to make it come alive for the reader. Here's one example. The clouds were like candy floss. You can see in this example we're using the word like to try and compare clouds to something of a different kind, candy floss. Here's another example. He was as tall as the Empire State Building. Here we are comparing he to the Empire State Building by using the words as to compare. Metaphors work a little bit differently. Metaphors are figures of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. However, metaphors are used for exactly the same reason as similes, to make a description more emphatic and vivid, to make it come alive for the reader. Let's have a look at some examples. The snow is a white blanket. So here we're saying that the snow becomes a white blanket. It's applying this figure of speech to a word even though it's not literally applicable. Here's another example. Life is a roller coaster. Again, we are saying that life is a roller coaster, so it's not the same as a simile because it is not a comparison. Here are two examples. I want you to try and pick out which one of these you think the simile is. Her lovely voice was music to his ears, or her lovely voice was like music to his ears. Here, the second one is the simile, because we've got this word here, like, which is showing us that it's a comparison. This time, I want you to try to identify the metaphor. Love is a battlefield, or love is as unpredictable as war. Here, the answer is love is a battlefield, because we're not comparing, we're saying that love is a battlefield. So to sum up then, the difference between similes and metaphors are that a simile is comparing it to something else, and you generally use like or as in a simile, whereas in a metaphor you are stating that something is something which it is not.